Away, Yaaseen.
Away, Simon.
How you doing, sir?
I'm alright. I'm not alright. It's cold.
Pretty cold, my bro. Yo.
It's in the bones cold. Like I'm in my house. Why am I cold? Is that not the point of the house is to keep you warm?
But my bro, my heater, as you can see, it's on all the time, even in the day. And I promise you, it's freezing electricity. It is a panel heater. It's not a gas heater. I do have a gas heater as well, but my bro, it was leaking. So you know what I'm thinking. Final destination.
And you still want to smoke? Oh, you just.
Yeah, exactly.
But is a gas heater worth it?
Yeah, it is.
Like
really
financially.
It's much more worth it, I think. And it also makes a much bigger area warmer than the small little heater.
I'm going to go buy
but
one the weekend.
Having said that, away everybody. Such a weird way for us to start the podcast.
We still want to talk with each other before we start. Away guys, welcome back to the second episode of the
Reg Boys podcast.
I'm Yaaseen Bonds and
I'm Simon Ojal. Away.
Before we start, we just want to say thank you. Thank you so much because you guys showed love, you shared it, you commented, you told your prasa about it, and we got quite good reviews also on the other side.
Yes, we were top 20 for podcasts in South Africa on Spotify, and then top 30 on iTunes, and top 3 for SA Comedy as well, which is just so. Thank you for being perfect to me.
Let's go fetch number 1, guys.
Yes, I want to fetch number 1 and we can do it together. Very nice. But tonight we are talking about the games that we played when we were laaities, Yaaseen.
Yo, all the times that you date and you scratch your legs. Every time I see children run on the tar, in my mind I go, someone's gonna take.
But you hope that they're gonna fall.
I do.
Do you want to man who like watching laaities fall?
I do, guys. I don't know. There's some kind of pleasure of seeing a child fall just because you go. I've done my time. It's your time now, and they always fall. It's never like just one fall. It's always like a bounce.
Yeah.
Like a go.
But I also, have you ever met a gruwelijke laaities who don't cry for anything? They just like, right, pick him up and then he's on his feet again and he's just on. Because I remember I was a chunky bali, man, bro. Yeah.
I was also a chunky bali, eh? Yo, trying to think of the time I didn't cry. Actually, most of the times I never used to cry when
you just cried for the sunset earlier.
Cried for the clientele ad also. The guy said the number and I was like, maybe I must also spend 1 rand a day.
That just reminds me of the movie with Ben and Fraser where he gets sent wishes from the Elizabeth Hurley. And she's like the devil.
Yes.
But then he wants to be all those things for this goose that he smart. And then he wants to be sensitive. Then he's just looking at the sunset. Then he cried. And then he look back. And it used to be very funny. I can't remember what that movie's called right now.
So I didn't cry for like when the brother would argue. I think I only cried at home. Like if I scratch myself and I don't cry in front of my friends. It's fine, guys. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home now quickly. I'm sorry. Bye. I must go. And you come home, then you chunk.
Yes, I ran through the room into the pillow. A bit of a scream. But yeah, look. I had fun as a kid. I'm pretty sure that you also did as a kid, as a child, as a laaitie, whatever way you want to call it. It was a liquor time for me. Like we used to play such liquor games because my house was the house where all the fun used to happen. We used to have like a liquor sticky on the side there. And right now today, it's grass because no one's playing there now. My parents are just lambing, they're blooming. And
the grass is blooming.
Yeah, it's looking nice. It looks fantastic. But back when I was younger, it used to be sand. It used to be just sand. Like sand everywhere because we used to dirk, bro. Talking about from gatties to soccer to cricket. Everything used to happen in that yard. But I used to love it.
In Mortal Kombat, there's different stages. And all the different stages have like different backgrounds and grounds. I feel like that was the ground there by you. It's like in summer, there's a pitchy grass. In the winter, there's just sand also because you're mooring the ground also. And then also, it's that by the park, they used to have that dry grass.
Yeah.
Like grass, it hurt your shoes.
Yeah.
Even your shoes get hurt when you walk on it. Yo, that was the worst. When you fall on that, you scratch it don't even make you itchy. It just scratch you.
But and not to be like sentimental or sad, but just think about this. To everyone's listening and us right now, and I'm listening to put this in your mind. One day you decided that you're not ever going to be playing at that park anymore or going to play at your friend's house anymore, and you've never ever been back, and that day just happened without your knowledge because you just turned into the next stage of your life and you just stopped playing like that. And that is sad, maybe.
Now I'm crying again, guys.
Because you maybe when you were young and free, you just used to run around and your
It's
cousins,
always tomorrow.
maybe tok-tokkie, playing and just honestly loving there and just hide and seeking in its puss. You just hide and seeking till your mommy come and clap you, till they're shouting for you.
Also, you play games because it's the only reason you go to family functions. You're gonna see your cousins. You're gonna go see all the brasses, and you go, I'm gonna go with Eric only because is Abdullah gonna be there?
And it's so funny now because you say that, and like first, like you don't sometimes want to go, and when you're there, you're saying like, "Mommy, can we go home now? There's no phone, there's nothing to play with here." And then your cousin get there, then at the end of the night, do we have to go? Can't I sleep over? Okay, I'm gonna ask my mommy if I can sleep over now, and then you ask your mommy, and you see. But don't say I said so.
Don't say I said so.
Big plans.
Or you go ask my mommy.
Yeah,
You
she
go,
won't say no to you.
She never say no to. She like you, man. She like you more than me. It's fine.
But say something nice. Say her dress is nice.
Say we're going out tomorrow. Say I'm gonna help you with your homework. I'm staying here because I must help you with your homework. My mommy will buy it. Just face it. And not once did I stay over though.
Oh, no, I used to love sleeping over from my cousins, but I used to wake up in the middle of the night and I want to go home. And then my dad used to come fetch me because I don't want to be there. So what we decided was people can only really sleep over by me. And I'm still like that till today. Like I can be out any time of the night and maybe it's 3 o'clock or whatever time. Not obviously during this lockdown period, but I would want to go home. I want to be in my bed. I don't want to go lay on someone's couch or something. And I just always prefer to come home after whatever I am.
The same thing also because I was the driver. I was the responsible one of the group. Wherever we would be, then I go, I'm going to go home. I have a car.
Because you're not going to say first.
Exactly. That's why I'm just like, if you have a car, you must go home. You can't like have a car and then go park by your bra and sleep there. Like, just
look,
go
if you knew could say, I think we'll talk about it again. Like there's obviously times of
we're gonna speak about partying also, partying and clubbing.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But tonight we have guests and people that we've asked again. Like last week we asked several people to
contributors.
Yeah. And we have Shailynne Adonis from Fizz and Shy. She is absolutely talented, so amazingly. Like I DJ now, but she is a DJ. Like she can do the things that I am. I just love in awe when I watch it. There's such just energy as well, and you must check them out. You must check her out as well. She's a really, really dope and a cool person as well. And she's gonna be contributing and letting us know a bit about her side of it, going up and like the games that she played and stuff. But not just her. There's most other people as well, Yaaseen.
Then we've got Amy Dirks, who might know as Amy D. That's how the handle is. I'm just repeating it.
Yeah.
Who is a funny video maker, content creator, and a model. And she finished a degree last year. And I don't know what the degree is in. I just remember seeing it on the timeline. So big ups to her. I didn't finish my degree, so big moves to her.
And looking for everybody who got such a script now, that was my Slack that I didn't close. It was heard on your side. So for all that heart palpitations, for all the people that use Slack, I am honestly sorry that you felt it because it also does it to me. So that's brings nightmares to everybody. If you don't know, Slack is what we use at work as it's an intranet basically, or localized communication.
You see, these are things people that pay tax worry about. This is not my problems.
Don't pay tax. Bold statement. Anybody who's interested to know wants to blackmail Yaaseen, come fetch him.
Then our final contributor. Some of you might know him. He's up and coming in the comedy world. Marc Lottering. Marc Lottering. Yeah, I forget how to spell his name sometimes. Some of you might have heard of him. He's one of our contributors tonight, and let's get into it. So I
met him once. You know that? Eh?
Where did you meet him?
It was very, very cool. We were actually at Poppy's Meat Market. and our hands touched as we were both reaching for the nipivos. And yeah, he'll talk about it. He'll tell everybody that's in with Simon and stuff, you know, like he talks about it famously. But nah.
So you did meet each other?
That is my chair moving, guys. Not a violent fart.
Here is Mark on the games we played. Come now.
We played a lot of games, and I'm sure that can be hard. Let's hear.
A number of games. I had many favorites. One of my favorites, of course, was hide and seek, which we called seat o seat. And I liked that because you could play it late afternoon into the time when it was getting dark, and then you could hide away with somebody who you wanted to fool around with, so to speak. And that was just so exciting for me. So I really got around. I worked my way through the whole road. And then, but my favorite was Wimbledon, where we would be Wimbledon stars in the road while tennis was happening on TV, and we didn't have tennis courts, so we would put sand on a bat, and then we would draw sort of our own tennis courts in the road. It was very dangerous because cars were speeding up the road, like driving 140 when they were meant to be driving
That's slow in residential areas.
20, but most of us survived. Like I think only about three of my friends got killed, but the rest of us are fine. I just have to add.
You talk so much cack there. I'm sure he was just joking there at the end, guys.
For the listeners who are concerned, it was just a joke. It's fine.
Okay. Thanks for confirming that. And look here, if you're playing hide and seek and you're fooling around, it's called trolling. Let's just establish that. That's what the people that were older call it. They don't say, oh, I was just playing hide and seek with the babes. Don't have to worry about that.
No, so the thing of hide and seek was such a game that required there was a skill set.
There was.
Because there's a way to get around also. There's because you could also, so firstly, if you're counting,
Yes.
right? Then while you're counting, you must already be listening to what the sound is making. Because sometimes you hear the tree, then you know there's lighties there by the tree. Or you hear someone that's trying to skinner very loud.
Yeah. Or saying where they're going to hide and stuff.
Yeah, because they say, no, you get away. Then you're like, nah, I know where that sound's coming from. You must almost become daredevil.
Yeah.
Then also, if you're smart enough, you must have an auntie that's sitting there smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's going to give you the answers.
Yeah, there's ones who will help you out. Nice ones. But I mean, there was rules to it as well. And hide and seek was one of my favorites with my friends as well. I think that you remember on the back, everybody used to go tens, ones, to see what you're counting. And if you're counting in tens, obviously you get to 100 faster. And obviously ones, you say, ha, you're counting in ones. But then obviously there afterwards, it's snaky on the back. Which finger did I poke you with? 10, 20, 50, 60, 70, 100. How can I count 100? I mean, Peru, I'm sure you pressed me with your thumb. I know how your thumb feels, man, Peru. What you talking about? No, it was my other finger. Don't talk nonsense. I'm not going to call my mommy. And then, yeah, you end up counting.
But there's also there's that one brother that stand behind you or on the other side of the pole. And as soon as you say, ready not yeah, come, then he say, free. I want to move you. I don't know who you are, but I know because those people exist in the world now. Some of you are listening and you are that person. Yeah. And I hope that you have a off day today.
We were all the person because I've done that before. Sometimes in all of us lamb behind and then it was like free. But now
I once tried to do that and my cousin who was counting caught me and he hit me. And I said, oh, don't do that, move again. The older cousins, they always used to catch on cuck with us.
Yo, but you also remember the worst rule was last man maak almal vry. Oh no. You off on a Moser Gallivant, you catch him, you see him running, and you just have to beat him there. And then you must also say 1, 2, 3, block 4. And all he has to say is 3.
The worst is when you play like hide and seek by someone else's house. No. Now
they go inside Sumame, bro.
Not only that, you're running because you see a gap and you take the gap, but in the gap you take. If you fall by someone else's house, it's very awkward because now you're in pain, but you can't say you're in pain and you can't tell your mommy I want to go home. You must just lamb there in the pain for the rest of the night. But yeah, and then also Mark was saying about the tennis.
Yes.
Did you play tennis in the road?
We played a lot of games. Obviously, we played cricket and we played soccer and tennis, but tennis was obviously like handball, but more than often we played hand tennis, but also foursquare. Foursquare was really, really fun. Obviously, King, Queen, Joker, Baby, or King, Queen, Jack, Joker, or King, Queen, Jack, Baby.
It went up to 6 also. There was some incident that went to that did 6.
6 squares?
Yeah.
That is insane.
So wait, what's the difference between hand tennis, handball, and foursquare?
It's the rules, obviously. Like some things like with handball and stuff, you could play against the wall sometimes as well. And then hand tennis obviously is just normal tennis rules, but then foursquare obviously has the rules of foursquare, which is that the Owens was bouncing within your square and then across into another square.
That's
as
the
well.
one when the men go low. You know,
Yeah.
when they scoop like a acne buck scoop. So we used to call it egg lifters because the man used to go kak low to get the ball. But also, I never had the wrist action to do that. You know, when it just slides across and it doesn't bounce, it just.
It's like they're doing a sosie, but like a snake.
Yes.
If anyone is doing it, you know what I mean, like that.
Jackie Chan, Snake Master.
Snake and Eagle Shadow.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good movie.
It was that move.
But a lot of fun, but a lot of fights on the thing. Like maybe this ball is in, and also like just when you used to how can you say tag a man or pack on one man who's there, and everybody's looking them. Yo, fun.
Also the thing of you play. So if you're playing 4, then you play across, right? Like diagonally. Then you somehow get the one person out. You get king out somehow like across the thing.
Down the baby. Yeah.
Then king will fight you because it was the thing of we were never 4 when we played. There was a line. Especially during interval, we used to play at high school.
But there used to be alliances that were made sometimes in foursquare because if you were like queen or secretary, whatever you wanted to call it, obviously it's different places calling it different stuff. That's why there's a lot of different names for
it.
it.
Depends, like the British still had king and queen, and then if you moved to like the Americas, they had the corporate and the secretary. Yeah.
And then like so normally the king and secretary or king and queen used to just like lamb there and be fine. And then
they used to babysit that spaces and then just take out the baby. Every time baby would come and you just I hated those people.
Nah, but I mean then you just get to lamb their whole break.
Then I don't think we ever played tennis because I think tennis rackets wasn't like a thing. Was the thing in like? Did you have tennis rackets in your house?
I didn't actually. We used to just be hand tennis centric, and then also at my primary school. I think I'll just tell you guys about it as well. So our 2 teachers, Mr. Southgate and Mr. Van der Bijl, Mr. Van der Bijl, and Mr. Van der Bijl used to play hand tennis, but we used to have, at St. Anthony's, we didn't have any grass, which is a tall, bro. So if you fall, your hands is gone, your knees is gone, it's done. So they used to let the other Owens, like, you know, when the Owens who go to sport early, so break time, first break, second break, they let the good tennis, hand tennis Owens out first, like my brother Hayden, he used to be one of the top Owens. And then they go in the collective space, and then everybody's playing doubles there and trying to play it out. And it used to be like very competitive there.
Did they play with you also?
I wasn't good, maybe. Well,
no, but the teachers did. The teachers play.
Yeah, no, the teachers used to play whole break, and they used to be like quiet as well.
That's for fuck.
Yeah.
Also because the thing of as a lighty, it's a quiet when you can beat your teacher. Because there was sometimes we played P, like during P, then the teacher would play with. Then the lighties would sidestep the teachers fucked up in rugby.
The one day I played with the teacher got so upset with me because I wasn't good at it. Like, But there was other games that I was good at, but hand tennis with that net and stuff, I wasn't the best.
I don't, in my mind, I can't see hand tennis. It's not a thing in my world. Like I've never come across what hand tennis must be.
See,
guys, at the end of the year, we're starting a handball tournament here in Simon's Road. We're gonna have a full-on tournament.
Imagine.
We're gonna get sponsors. Everybody must pay a stick, and then we're gonna have oranges and boerewors. Mark had this also to say.
That when we played Wimbledon, we became the tennis stars. So we would become McEnroe, and we would become whoever it was, Edberg. We would become Martina. We would become Steffi Graf. We would become Boris Becker. We'd become all these people, and there'd also be someone who was the umpire, and they would speak with the umpire accent as we came to know it. So, new balls, please. New balls, please. I still say that very phrase often when I'm in the bedroom.
Yes. Is he playing hide and seek still then, clearly. You know what's very interesting that I took from that is like I'm Boris Becker and I'm Pete Sampras and stuff. Because I remember when like cricket was like the main thing, and I remember we didn't have like DSTV now. Everybody's watching SABC3 or NNTV or whatever because the cricket's on and South Africa's playing, and you're seeing everybody who's like on TV and everyone's getting post because there's nothing else to watch.
That's true. They were superstars. They were like proper superstars. The sportsmen were proper superstars in our world. But also that, firstly, Mark's saying those names, and I'm like, I remember those names being old people already. I was like, yeah, that's a different time.
Yeah. Like, I remember like Australia and South Africa was playing, and me and my brothers used to obviously do the one days and the test matches together and stuff. And we used to play test matches over a week, and then we go home and then we carry on school. Just for whatever reason it was. But then,
did you also play in white clothing the entire week?
But we used to be like, okay, cool, you Australia today, then somebody is like Ricky Ponting, and someone's Stephen Waugh, and someone's Shane Warne. Then you smell bowl like Shane Warne. And then other
Also
ones where it's like, Gary Kirsten and stuff. It used to be liquor. Then we used to try and bat left-handed and we in that vibe because you want to be like that, man.
But we also learned these stats from the cards.
Yeah.
Because you would buy, whenever it was the tournament or the sport of the season, then there's a card game that comes with it, or there's like Tazos or something with a man's face on. Then you someone like, nah, I'm Chester Williams. I got the Chester Williams Tazo. You can't face me.
Like the Panini ones were like they're massive worldwide.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Like the football, like I remember at the 1994 World Cup one that my mommy got me. But you know what's cack about that stuff sometimes now? Like, you remember going to CNA, like, you remember when you used to buy the dinosaur sets? Then the first one is 30 rand, and then the next one is 75 rand and stuff like that. And
you never finish the set.
Yeah, but bro, and remember the dinosaur used to glow in the dark and you know what I'm talking about? And I just had a brain thought about that stuff because I used to start it and then there's too much money to keep on going. They used to get you with that first one.
I think I had the head of the dinosaur, then I had the spine, and then something happened. I remember having money and I missed like 3 weeks or something, and then I got the legs. Now it was this awkward thing because I didn't have any of the rib cage. I had fuck all of that other stuff.
But it's also so cack because now you can't even get that stuff again because CNA and that's the only place you can get it by. And they don't have. And your mom is not going to drive you anywhere else. Or we didn't have a drive. We used to have to get lifted with other people. Or we used to have to take train, which I used to do every fucking Saturday morning. Me and my mom used to have to go shopping in Weinberg. And my hands is sore. But I think we'll talk about that stuff again.
Those old, shopping is one of the topics we'll cover. But yeah, those cards was a damn trap, young. I remember. Also because you never, like I always had the swag cards, and then I had one quiet card, and then only junk cards, and then all the lighties would be like, "Can we swap? Yes, can we swap?" And I was like, "No, this is my only one winner. I'm never gonna get rid of it." Yeah, and I praised that thing, and then what happened? I think I took it to school once, and then someone stole it.
But talking about cards as well, we used to also play that other card game when we were younger as well, like of the trucks and stuff, and you can say like capacity and weight of it, and how much cylinders, and then you can someone like, okay, now I win and stuff.
Now we're battling cylinders. Okay, yes. Cylinders. You take out your best one. I'm gonna take out my best one. We never knew the rules of the thing even.
Yeah, you just kind of face off in that, and now those were really fun. Like those motorbikes and there was machinery. Yeah, it was chassis. Like I remember having that stuff.
And then also Mark was saying of you become those players.
You do.
Then I think when Khocha came about, Paul Adams. Paul
Adams is what we used to call him in the Paul Adams.
Then when he used to do that move, everybody tried to impersonate that. But no, I know only like 2 brothers at my school that had it right. I think
Chinaman, my bro.
I had my back. I think I have back problems right now because of trying to impersonate Khocha. Over the shoulder. It was because the thing is, it was worse than that Malinga move also.
It's crazy because like I've never seen an action like that because who did we grow up on? Pat Simcox and Shane Warne. Maybe and Neil Kumle a little bit there, but those were all like conventional ones. And then Khocha sticked out and kind of did like a mouse of fucking move.
And he was small also compared to the rest of the team. Also.
But what was so just about Khocha? But I know we're segueing off here, but it's like you was at St. Augustine's, which was down the road from Heathfield as well. And to see someone from the community go so far, but fuck.
Representation matters. Then we have Amy on the games that they played.
Played so many games. I played Toto. There was whoopee, where you kind of have to jump on one leg and then catch people out. Then 3 sticks, nickies. There's one where you throw stones up and then you have to kind of like move the stones on the floor and then catch the stones that you threw up before they hit the ground. Obviously marbles, had to skip gutty. And then anything where you repeat the name twice, so like housey housey or schoolchi schoolchi, it was classics.
She said a couple of good ones there. But
What is Toto?
I think that Toto has to be Rover. It has to be because, I mean, it's a dog name, Toto from Wizard of Oz. And I mean, we used to play it like for PE at school. We used to play that because I said, you know what we do? We let us fucking laaities run, man, bro. Let
Tackle,
them
Maka.
run that
Tackle.
energy out. And just
So if you don't know what Rover is, basically, does it start with one?
Yeah, everybody's there, then you have to just get past
So
one
it's
person.
so it's a whole. Everybody stands against the wall basically, and they must run across the field.
Yeah.
And then one person is there in the middle, and they must catch them. And if they catch them, then you become a middle.
It's like infected.
Yeah,
It's basically, like a zombie apocalypse.
yes, you become one of them, and they come attack you. But so we had a long, like a wide field. So some of the men that used to run far down off the field, but right around just to get to the back. But then the lighters would be like, "No, you out of bounds." But they would still run. Then they would send men to go haul him. And then there's also just before the bell rings, and there's Rover. Everybody come over. Then it looked like I think it's the Battle of the Bastards in the Game of Thrones, where there's just like a whole wall of people mashing in the middle, and then we obviously got into Kaka.
I haven't played the game in years.
Do you think you could still do it?
No, I'm fucking fat. Don't talk cut to me. Marbles.
Sticks.
Oh, 3 sticks.
3 6 years.
We're gonna go to 3 sticks? Okay. Either way, I'm happy to go because your 3 sticks was amazing. 3 sticks was amazing. I used to love it. Just stretching the old legs there. I was never Spacey. Spacey was the most important role of 3 sticks.
Was that the role called Spacey?
Space Maker, Spacey.
Oh, okay.
So if you're the Spacey, you get to like obviously set the distance every time, and you have to be crazy. And I never ever used to last long because, I just couldn't howl with the long-legged knives, to be honest with you. And like again, my brother Aiden, he was Space Maker consistently because he had antelopes.
Langvoete also.
Get fucking distance. And then you know that one when you like jump across and you almost make it, and you do the double one, and your heels just stick at the back there. Like, it's like almost there.
Also, 3 sticks is like a triple jump, but without the sand at the end. It's a poor people's version of a triple jump.
I must just admire us as a people as well, because now we've made a game using 3 sticks. And Amy also spoke about the fact that we had a game where my mommy used to play this with me as well, and I'm sure your mommy as well did. You pick up rocks and then you pick up other rocks, and then you have to be fast about it. Like we make games from fucking nothing. I mean, look at Jenga. It must have started with a paar people playing pick up sticks, and they're saying like, nah, let's actually just take this and make wood and do something else. You know what I mean?
That's funny if you explain the game of you throw the stone up and you pick up the other stones.
Yeah.
That's the game.
And 3 sticks is you just have 3 sticks, and then you just make space the whole time and distance.
That thing with 3 sticks also, I don't know why the teachers let you play, but they tell you don't make too big. Because the thing is, if you make it too big, then you cut out too many of the lighties. Then the teachers must actually go teach like proper PE stuff. So then they just like, no, you must just make it till here. And then everybody plays, but then they get to a point where it gets competitive. Like we're going Olympic levels because now there's 3 brass in the class that can compete, and one girl who we never knew she was capable of jumping like this. Now she's showing off all the brass also.
Yeah.
I was never that bra, and I was never that girl, and I don't know how they could get their legs to do that cup also.
It was fun though, but I mean, it was just lekker to play. Your playing was lekker.
And then the gutties.
Oh my word. But I think marbles was my forte, one of my strengths as a child. Marbles, and obviously playing soccer, it was lekker as well. But I had thousands at home. My brother was actually way better than me. when I started playing marbles, my mommy gave me Andrew, who is my brother. He's Ricofiton, and they had like gongs and sodas and Pepsis and tomatis and Supermans.
You somehow had like a inheritance of marbles.
I didn't start with nothing in the bank. I actually had what can I say, wealth. I had generational marble wealth, if you could say that. So I had all my brothers' ones, and it was just. And then actually there was marbles. There's like a trapdoor in our house, and Andrew left some of them down there, and then he told me about it years later, and then I went to fetch them, and it was quiet because it was.
Where was it? In what? Are you Batman that you have trapdoors in your house?
Nah. It's like a hachi that you can go through to under the house, man, just to go see what's happening under the house.
What's under your house?
Sand.
Is it like a full room under the house, or what's it?
It's just like sand. It's just the foundation, but like there was just like two things you pull apart, and then you can look at the bottom there and stuff. I don't know what it was for.
Was it worth a dig, all the gattis that he had there?
Yeah. What was it worth? What?
Like, was it worth a dig? Like, did it feel like you were like finding things and
yes.
like a pirate or some kind?
Oh my word! So I used to have this whole fixation around, like, treasure and all these things. And a lot of the time, mommy didn't want me to go out and play and stuff, and she would keep me inside. So I used to obviously have to be generous with the amount of imagination that I used for kak. So I used to make treasure maps, and I used to go ahead and like have these most fucking expeditions in the yard, and then I used to go dig and stuff and just say, hopefully I'll find something. So one day I made a treasure map, and I used to follow it, and I used to walk out the back door, and I walk around the house, and I'll be like, this must be the marker, and it's obviously the fucking local tree or the mulberry tree that's been there my whole life, and this is the sign on the map because I did the map. And then one day I was digging, and then unfortunately I dug up my old dog, Nick, that was buried there.
Sorry to laugh. It's
yeah.
So, okay, I have questions. How long
my
was
mommy was just with me, obviously. But other than that, the dog was buried there.
How long was the dog dead?
Nick would have been dead quite a long time at that point.
Okay. Added question. Why was the dog's name Nick?
My sister named him. I'm not sure about it. But my daddy obviously buried him in the yard.
And then also, how deep did whoever buried the dog, why was it not deep? And also, why did you dig that deep? I feel like you were also going out of your way.
I think there's two reasons. Either Matope was still gesaped and then he didn't dig it. He didn't really do a good job at it. Or the second was that I was compulsive, that I wanted to dig further to find the treasure, because you know that you want to find gold doubloons and all these things. And I used to love that. My imagination used to go, but fuck me, bro. So yeah, my mommy was like, no, why are you digging there? And yeah, I got the old dog, shame.
What that's it though. So we had
back to marbles.
Okay. No.
Marbles.
So back to buried stuff quickly before we go to marbles.
Okay.
So there was a bird that flew into the window at the back. There was us. So that the bird died, stupid bird, because he flew into a reflection. Anyway, so it's only me and Rishka. We are home for most of the day. We're like, yeah, what must we do? We put the bird in the box. We're gonna bury the bird, but we only bury it maybe not even 60 centimeters deep. It's not deep at all.
Not super deep, but it's like, kind of deep, but
anyway, so we put it in and we cover it. And my mom comes home. She pulls up, and the car went over the hole because we just covered. We didn't even put like a cross or anything.
Why did you put it there where your mommy parked?
Don't ask us questions.
Oh my fuck!
And then anyway, the car went into the grave of the bird. But yeah,
do you remember that movie Pet Sematary? Oh
yes.
my god, Pet Sematary fucked me up.
No, but here's the thing. Okay, we're gonna talk about scary movies again.
Yeah.
But scary movies, the problem is, as a lightie, you never watch the end. So in your mind, this thing lives on you. Because I remember watching It the Clown, but I only watched it like at the side of the door. I consisted them were watching it. I was lemmings on the side watching. Then I saw the thing, got scared. Then they sent me to bed. Then the thing in my mind, I didn't resolve the story. So now in my mind, it is still, it's still there, and Pet Sematary still exists, and those children of the corn.
Yo,
you're doing what the marbles
nightmares. Now. Like I still have crazy dreams all the time. I'm sure you do too. But I used to have so much nightmares as a child.
Yeah.
That's because my parents stole me from my real parents. Do you ever make up another story? No, fuck, man. Let's get back to marbles. We're just talking cat.
You would drive on the mountain and they say, yeah, this is where we found you. And I was the youngest, so I was forced to believe it.
But marbles, a great game. Like me and my friends used to play it a lot. My brother also was again like one of the main owners in the community. My mom used to tell me the stories of how the kids used to come, they crying, and they used to come fetch their marbles with their parents because Andrew stole it, and this and that happened. But I mean, it also happened with me. But
did Andrew steal it? No.
He won fair and square, and he was just really good at mukatis, and that's the truth. Yeah.
So here's the thing. Do you think as a parent you must buy marbles for your child and tell your child, children will win this off you? Like, or do you go, no one must take this off you. Don't play with the other children with your marbles.
But now this is where we segue into the most important thing, because let's say your mom and daddy them do buy your marbles. Now there's a rankings of marbles. You have your gongs again. You have your queen size, your king size. You also have like your normal size gongs, but you have your ironies. And I used to obviously steal a lot of my daddy's ball bearings and use them as ironies.
I always wondered, where do you get the gongs or the ironies?
Buy iron gongs at the stores as well. Actually, a funny story, and I'm going to come clean right now as well, just talking about this, that mommy and daddy, if you ever hear this, and this is the only time that I've ever done something like this, so so heavy into Gatti, like I was really into it. And it was
the season. It was the season of Gatti.
And we were kind of looking for, we found this amazing marble. We used to call it the crown jewels. Like it was like a soda, but it used to have crystal cheese on it. Ooh. And it was this major retailer in South Africa. I'm not going to say which store it was and stuff. But
if you buy from them, you buy correct. It means that you shop right. Carry on.
So, my one friend convinced me that, look here, stick 8, let's go get some marbles and stuff. But obviously didn't have money and stuff. So, went through to the shop. And unfortunately, that was the first and only time that I've ever really done this. And I shoplifted. I shoplifted fucking marbles. That is my story. I feel so good to come clean. That is the dirt. And this is what I was crying in the fucking shower about. Stealing this fucking 5 marbles when I was 10 or 9 years old or whatever. And I feel so good to get it off my chest, but I stole it. But you know what the crazy thing was? I was popping about it, but I got away with it. No? Like never ever felt the repercussions.
At what point did you stop popping?
I think it would have been about a good 2 years later after I changed my name and went into witness protection.
A life of crime.
It was fucking years ago. But the guy who convinced me to do this with him, he got gevangen because he didn't stop stealing because he was kak at gatties. And a very funny story that comes back to it is that he lost all his marbles one time. Like the Owens raided him. I'm talking about the Owens took everything. I'm talking about 150, 200 marbles in one day, gone. And his mommy came there to come fetch the marbles from me. And my mommy said, you mustn't do that. So then after that, we used to also sometimes say, nah, we're not playing for real. We're playing for fun. And we're playing for Owens.
Yeah.
You know, it becomes a real thing like
Pink
that.
slips. I've seen it on Fast and Furious. It's
so then the police came to his house and they found him for stealing gatties. I don't actually know if he's only stole gatties, but
you see
the thing. I mean, we were 9 and 10 years old.
Yeah, it's probably only gatties.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about gatties. There was such a lot of things that we have to talk about with regards to gattie etiquette. Like we used to play fist. We used to obviously.
What is fist?
So fist is like you draw a fist. Like it'll be like, you remember the old Ford sign?
Yeah.
So it's like a fish around. You put in the gatties in the middle. Everybody puts in.
Oh, fist like a fish. I was saying fist like a hand.
First. So you put the gatties in the middle and then everybody gets a chance to shoot out and you can try and get the gatties out. Whoever takes the gatties out or shoots it out, you get to keep that gatties, and then obviously you're doing this. And first makes it become more interesting because there's certain gatties that is worth more than the normal ones. So normal marbles look cack. I'm not talking about your tomatoes or your sodas or your Milkies or your Supermans and then
Colgate.
Yeah, there's all these amazing names because I mean they used to look so fuck.
Oh, so the rule for naming a marble is if the inside, the 3 colors, whatever the inside colors are, what it looks like, that's what it becomes.
Yeah, but the colors look so nice compared to the cack marbles. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I remember there was a Rasta marble because it was red, yellow, and green. Colgate is red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Superman was red, yellow, and blue also, yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously like a Milky would be equal to 2 normal marbles. And then you want to play for a gong, you have to play with 4 marbles. So it's like you put all these things into the first.
Trade exchange.
You try and do like all these things to get this cutty out and shoot it out. And obviously there's so much things. It's like doodmalens and kinderbak opskiet and klikskiet and 10-20. If you get 10-20 to 100, then you obviously get to keep the marble as well. And obviously like this.
It's also wild because
it's a lot of fun.
Where did the rules come from?
That is the crazy thing because
It
we
just
just
passed
started
down from cousin to cousin.
Yeah, we just started playing and then all of a sudden we knew the rules and stuff.
You also knew what was at risk though.
Yeah, and the thing is I'm probably forgetting a lot of the stuff because I haven't played marbles in what, 20, not even...
Maybe 30 years?
Nah, not 30 years. But a long fucking time.
I remember it was the season of marbles at our school. And then the principal banned marbles. Because he got full of us making holes in the ground. Because you'd put your heel in the ground and then you'd twist your heel and you'd make it quite a deep hole. But then the problem is we didn't fill the hole. Then the laaities would run and they would take, I think someone broke the ankle or something.
Jeez.
And they were running on the field and they, just think if your foot gets stuck in a hole and you're running at full speed, rover, in a panic and your foot hack, you
Look, I mean, like you've played a sport, like maybe you have.
No,
But
with that
if
said,
you've
guys, I
ever
was
been
not good
running,
at this.
or if you've just been walking sometimes and then your foot does it and then you
A roll.
Yeah, then you just roll and then your ankle is like
Sensitive.
hate that. I hated twisting ankle.
But also with the gutties, then there's we mustn't forget about the Lion King gutties that we had at one
Yes,
point.
eh?
Yo, those were gems. Even though we could all get them, because if your daddy put in 100 rand, then he got a free gutty for you.
Yeah, but I mean, I wish like we took much more care of it. You know what I mean? Because I don't know where the fuck they are today. They could be loving.
What happens to gutties? What do you think happens? Because it gets passed down
I know
to...
what I did with mine, and this goes back to my treasure story. I buried them. So they're all loving in my parents' yard because every gutty season, and this also comes back to the sadness, I used to bury them, and then I used to dig them up for when gutty season came along. And then one year, I just didn't ever dig them up anymore.
Shame. But you know where it's buried though?
Sad, eh? Yeah, I do.
Oh, Kanala, season's coming up now. You must go fetch it. Just ask your
Nah,
parents if you can
because
make
my
a-
parents' grass look nice. I'm gonna just leave it. That's fine.
Also, do you think they grew into more gutties
But
now?
I would love to just go down and then to see and excavate to see all the Kwai marbles because I know exactly where it still is.
Jets.
yeah.
We also with the just back to the Lion King marbles. The Mensa didn't play with that now.
Nah, it's like your cutlery and your cups that you put into the cabinet. It's like that.
The people must just know you have it. They don't need to know anything other than no. I have collected the full set. I even got score.
The thing is that if you had doubles, then it's meta salute. Then you can druk the fucking game. But
Yeah.
you're gonna keep the top one. Like good.
Yeah. And so I don't think I ever bought marbles. I think I just got them for my cousin. You know when you have an older cousin, then they out of marble season, of marble world, and then they give it to you. Then I remember he gave me like his jar set, and then I didn't understand the game, and then the older boys at school took it off me. Basically, they won it.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I didn't go fight back for it, and then I also had other friends who Shad.
Yeah.
That no match he would give me marbles. So he was a good friend.
That's nice.
He used to have a mooi collection, but he used to buy quite a bit, which was used to have like the Kangits.
He was bankrolled.
the Kangits.
Yeah.
The mooi ones, yeah.
But just with marbles as well, like I remember going to school and then Mensa was playing with money, like 2 rand coins. And then that used to be a crazy thing. Like I never used to understand that because it used to be crazy. This man named Malvin Engel. And he used to be
Is
crazy.
that his real
good.
name?
Yeah, it is his
Okay.
name. He used to be disgustingly good at like just marbles on its own. Like I'm talking about like sharpshooting, sniping into small gatjies like
Shits.
that. No? But then they started playing with money. So I'm like, nah, I'm going to go to the tuck shop. And I think I played once, but then I lost immediately. I'm like, I don't want to play it. I don't want to lose money.
Also, this money can get me things.
Yeah.
Because it's only once you win, then you realize you get more money. But if you're just losing all the time, then you go, no, I'm going to keep my money. It's fine. I don't think I ever played for money though. As I also realized money can buy me more marbles
Yeah.
if I save it more than if I risk
Just
getting
steal like
more.
me. A life of crime.
Guys, you're gonna see one day if you're gonna walk into the shop and then the people not welcome in the shop anymore.
They follow me down at the toys aisle.
They're gonna follow you on Twitter now also. Here we have Shailynne on the games she used to play.
Hello. The types of games I played when I was a child. It's a tough one, because I'm not that old, but we played 3 sticks. We used to play that game, Ingle Angle. I don't know if you know that, with the stockings and you have to jump. Ingle Angle, Silver Bangle, inside, outside, inside, on. We used to do that. We used to jump rope, actually, like skip and stuff. I always used to play in the road. And Calfoot, you must play Calfoot. Hopscotch, I think it's called hopscotch. But we literally took stones and we threw the game on the road, on the tar, with stones and stuff. And we used to jump and stuff. Dodgeball, I think it's that, where you throw each other with a ball. What else? We used to play like a lot of outside games, like in the road, and tok-tokkie was one of it, hide and seek, on the usual games. Then we'll have a moment where we pretend that we parents looking after our baby dolls,
I see.
feeding them. I used to make soup and food and stuff with grass and water. I don't know.
Technically, soup is made of that kind of, no, a barley and
It's just good
yeah.
in the garden. The
What?
lines in the road.
Yes.
We need to discuss this also because. So, firstly, what wickets did you use for cricket? When it
We
was
used to
cricket
use the
season?
bin, but also sometimes we used to just make it up with bricks as well, because we had one of those houses that was always under construction, so it's always a klomp fucking bricks just laying around there.
It's a classic colored story. As there's always your house for maybe 5 or 6 years. It's under construction, and there's always bricks and there's always stones.
Yeah.
We had one bruh who, I think his father, he was good at cricket, so his father bought him that wickets. But then it was junk because every time he wanted to play, now we must invite him. And
Yeah.
we didn't really enjoy him, but we wanted to play with his stuff, so we were like, okay, now
Do you remember
we
that
must.
other cricket game as well, when you pull the ball back, the Jonty Rhodes cricket, and
Yes.
then that used to be fun, that the rubber ball, and you can practice.
Yo, they sold us mad goodies, ne?
Yeah.
And then
Swing ball. Yo, remember swing ball?
yeah, but I got hit in the face once, and I was like, I don't play this game. It's dangerous.
This past of the one swing ball, yo, it just escalates.
Again, games you mustn't play with your older cousins. You'll catch it.
She was also talking about on, but I think like there's another game at Segways here which was Blassens, me bro. Woo! Blassens used to be crazy. Just a tennis ball, and not just a tennis ball, just like when they used to tape it up.
Yo,
That black tape.
Yes.
Yo, my bro, that is fucked up.
because that used to leave marks. Because also the lighties would not only like throw, they would run close to you and throw. They would go full force. And also remember, I think I hit the side like a wall, like I ran into the side of the wall, and that was more painful than anything else. And then they still threw me with the ball also. Yeah, I think that was one of the games. That's one of the games we played and we enjoyed. But then someone's mommy came the next day
Yeah.
to say, boys, you mustn't play that game.
They pimp, I used to pimp other people, the parents, because in youth field everybody used to know everybody, so I used to just follow my mommy. But I remember this terrible memory. It was my birthday still. My brother came there, and obviously we playing games in Plaasens and stuff. So he picked up the ball and he threw her, and it hit me twice the other ears, my bro. I lay on the ground crying. This cock so.
At your own party.
Yeah, no. Not fun. But hey, big brothers.
I've never had one, so I don't know. But I'm very happy that I didn't have one by the sound of it also.
Nah, yo, you used to tease me, my bro.
Back again, the lines in the road, because that's the other thing that's also very important, because you can't just grab any stone to make the line. There's a white stone and there's also like a black stone that writes very nicely. Or you must find like one of those grey bricks, because the grey bricks is like thick and you can make like proper wickets. What do you call it?
The line?
The crease.
Yeah.
The crease. Yeah, you can make crease and you can make
Like a bat and a half distance. You remember doing that? Oh my word.
and a middle line also. And then also with the soccer, you can actually make proper parlor.
Yeah.
Like Because Mark was saying of how the people used to drive through.
Yo.
It's the worst because if you can draw the stuff, when it comes back, it's the same place. Now, when you come back after you move the bricks, then it's on a different place. Then the men fight. Nah, I kicked the ball and it was fast in. But those people that were driving, they knew.
They did know. There were some people who just wanted to like scare us and say like, you shouldn't be in the fucking road in the fucking first place. You know what I mean? And then also when they drive over your ball and they just keep on driving or something. Or when they get upset because they drove that way and then they want the ball to kind of hit their car and then they want to complain.
And also they see your ball and they don't stop. They will drive right over your ball and they also know the ball gets stuck underneath. Now we must all run for 2 roads down because we must try and run after the uncle that has the ball. He saw us in the mirror. He saw us shouting, but he was still like, no, I'll drive. Assholes. Or when they drive over your tennis ball, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Because it pops the ball, then the game is done. Because you also think, oh no, we can still kick after this. Tennis
it
balls
depends
are
which tennis ball you get because you used to buy those cheap tennis balls and it wasn't as good as like the Slazingers or the Daniels, but you couldn't always afford those ones.
Where did Slaz? Because again, I never used to have new tennis balls. We
like
always
at
used
the
to
Barbie, they used to sell those 3 packs of cock tennis balls. It was like plastic that you used to break. I remember my dog used to fucking fuck them up. But
also that tennis ball, if you kick it, you can break it.
Yeah, and then sometimes we used to go because I mean Alphendale there was a tennis court there, so sometimes we just hang around there and hopefully there's someone leaves one behind. But then also at the same time, if you can get someone to go to like a sports store, like a Sports and Warehouse or something, then you get the quiet tennis balls and it work out maybe. But losing a tennis ball, sometimes you hit it into grass and then you can't find it sometimes and it's kakna. Then the game is done.
Now, because also everybody look.
Then you might throw a stone in that general direction to kind of see like, okay, maybe this is the trajectory that it went on, then it can find it. You know what I mean? The soccer ball gets stuck in a tree. Yo, that's just crazy. Then everybody's taking stones and throwing it up and trying to get it out because we had massive trees. Also kicking the ball over to our neighbor's place, my bro. Like it was cricket and was soccer, like 6 and outs and that shit.
Yeah, 1 and 1 bounce.
1 and 1 bounce.
Where did we learn this rule?
I think it was just to make the game more efficient because otherwise it means it's not ever gonna fucking go out.
That's
true.
It's
kind of to straff you.
It was also made for lighties like me who couldn't catch or throw. So then I go, if it's 1 and 1 bounce, it's fine. I'm gonna wait for it to bounce first. I'm not gonna be a hero and try to catch and then miss and then I've had my moments where no one told me that when you run you must look at the ground and at the ball. I ran into a hole once.
Oh my goodness, Yaaseen. I don't know what to say about that. Were you looking?
I was looking at the ball. It was high and I was running after the ball, not looking at the road.
Shit.
And then I ran fast again into the
like
ball.
your spatial awareness.
I also couldn't play blasters because I can't throw a ball straight, so I used to throw miss the whole time.
I remember this neighbor across from us, like directly across from my parents' place. So you hit the ball over there, but they had dogs. So whoever hits it over must go fetch it, and they had a long driveway. But then we started doing this thing where someone goes to one side of the fence, and then we talk to the dogs, and we vereeg them. Then they're barking at us, and the other one goes and he runs down the thing fast. But then the dogs got aware of it, and they used to chase them. And I think they gripped 1 or 2 of the brass. They never gripped me though, because it was my house. So I said, "Why must I jump? It's my ball." Then the owns my sack of, well, then I'm getting home now. You puss, give my ball.
I don't know, did you also have poodles?
Poodles?
Yeah, like in the area. You know, there's always like part of the road where you go, those people don't close the gate and this dog ran out.
Yeah, there are a lot of those.
So there was one time I should ride my bike and a poodle came fucking put my jeans, a hole in my jeans. Then I cried, obviously. Then I think like a month later I went past and I saw the gate closed. I was like, okay, it's fine. Went past, gate was closed.
Were you an adventurous bike rider?
No, I used to choose roads where I knew what was clubbing in the
just
road.
close by. You didn't drive to so you in Carlandale, no?
Yeah.
You didn't go to Athlone with your bike or anything?
We used to go to Athlone because there was a subway, but my sister, she used to ride, so she used to ride with the roadies. She had a mongoose, a BMX. I think we're gonna cover that later. But anyway, so then the dog upped me, and then I kicked the dog, and I never felt so guilty my whole life for kicking a dog. But guys, I love dogs. Don't get me wrong. I support dog culture.
But you see those crazy dogs that run after cars and then to bark at the people.
So the person who initiated the game.
Yeah.
So the question we asked was, who controls the game?
would be in control of the game. And then obviously their best friend had to be like second to that. Most of the time it was me because I want to be seen, you know. So I had to control the games. And also I was friends with everybody, so I could get a lot of people to play the games. So they made me in control. Ek was mos nou net so kwaai. So if you're in control, then you must now make all the rules and so. So obviously I was now that girl. I mean, who else?
Yeah. Obviously controlling the game, there's a lot of people who can control the game. A lot of the time it was the person who controlled the apparatus that you're utilizing for this game, whether it was the soccer ball or the tennis ball or the what else could it be? Like, let's say they're playing swing ball or something. There's somebody who gets to be the fucking lion.
There's always someone that is in more control than the others. It's also someone whose mother's gonna cuck you out the most if you do wrong.
Yeah.
That person also, because we go, I don't want to talk to that auntie, so I must play nice with this lady. Then he somehow had a power trip also. I'm trying to think of, were you ever, what game did you have control of?
Well, again, like in my place, a lot of the games happened there. And I think it was also because my parents didn't really want us to play in the road. Even though sometimes we did still play in the road next to our house, which we didn't actually have to fucking do, but we just used to do it anyways. But it was also they used to, like, there's always a tennis ball there. And I think it was just to make sure that we were safe, which was a good place to have it. So, like I remember sometimes coming home now, and this nice is actually playing there. And I go to the kitchen window, by the way, which they used to break all the fucking time, my friends. And I remember this one time my friend Aiden broke the big window, and I didn't see him for 4 months. And near man, he used to live 2 roads away at that point. And then
he was your friend still.
Yeah, my best friend. He just don't stick out. And like I used to just come in and just look outside, and this nice is playing already.
Who paid for the window? Did his mommy know that he broke the window?
Nah, they didn't know anything. My parents paid for that guy. It was, but it used to be in winter. Sometimes it used to take long to get fixed. The wind is blowing like a packet against the wind. But yeah, a lot of the control always comes down to if it's the person's place and now you must go home because I'm his boss, or if it's the person who controls the game or the thing that you're utilizing.
It's also the time. It was a very important factor when it came to the games. Like you first go home, you must just show face at home before you can leave. Mm-hmm. You can't just drop your bag and go. You must get dressed. You can't go run in the road in school clothes. Then
some of my friends used to do that, eh?
No, I know. There was some
I wasn't allowed to do that kind of. I must change.
My mommy also said the same. Also, because you must wash your shirts for tomorrow.
Oh, you wear the same shirt.
Nah, my shirt used to be... How was that? I used to sweat a lot. I used to sweat a lot. And I said,
you can wear the same shirt 2 times in a row.
You could, but not in summer. Because you get, that black collar. Did you ever have that dirt?
The yellow as well.
Yeah, the yellow is the light. I used to come home with... Nah, guys, I was clean. I just used to sweat a lot as a child. Don't judge me, Canada. Anyway.
All that Dulce coming out.
Sweat the Dulces. And then, we go to my brother's and we go play. Because he had, next to his house, they had a long driveway. Perfect for cricket. But the problem was always because...
Or like a small soccer game.
Yeah, you could do soccer, but you're gonna get trapped against a wall.
Yeah, that's fine. It's like indoor.
But also they didn't have smooth outside walls. They had that it almost looked like candle wax, that people have it on their houses. And also when they trick you against that, that tear your skin.
I'm talking about it's like the rough wall.
Yeah.
Like we also have that wall.
When they spot the concrete against it, it makes like
it's dripping. Like a pussy braille wall. No? Yeah.
I don't know what they call it, but anyway, we all know that style. That style is not a move to get pressed against.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we used to play cricket, and then he's always just like, nah guys, you must bat down because if you hit the ball against the window, my mom is in skull, we can't play tomorrow. And he always used to whisper outside of his own house. We used to shout mal. But then every time we used to bat, we'd just be like, nah, when did you ever watch Gary Curse in Hit Town? Just hit down. Nah, the man used to swing, and we were like, no, we must swing when we play. Then I think there was a paar times, when you hit a big glass window, then you hear the shake.
Yeah.
It pauses everybody and you knipe because you're like, it can shatter just after the reverberation. Anyway, and then I think we broke his neighbor's window and one of the small windows of the parents didn't allow us to come, but we had to like take a break of like a week or two.
Yeah.
We'd be like, nah, guys, you can't play by me. We must
I remember a story like that. Like one day, it wasn't me. I was fielding, but my friend hit the ball over the wall. But then, and as you can imagine, the timing has to be perfect for a car to be driving fast with a lady in the passenger seat, and then the tennis ball hit her dead on in the fucking face. And that is kak because then obviously I got in kak for that. And then
Did you eat it?
I didn't hit it, but because it's my house now, and they're coming to complain to my mommy.
Yes.
Then the game is fucking clear.
Yes.
And then also I'm in kak because you're not supposed to be eating over, as my mom has established the rules before the people come across, and I should know better. So eat down and all these things. Only no sixes and outs. Keep it easy. And also like we used to hit against the garage door. Then you just yay! And
Because also the garage door moved. It echoes. It's freak loud.
we fucked up one of my garage doors. Oh, my daddy's, not mine. We really didn't have. We really cuck because we didn't have any respect for our parents' money. Because right now, that stuff is kind of expensive.
Yeah.
It was probably kind of expensive then as well.
I get why parents were upset with us because we really did take the money for a guide.
Yeah.
But also, what's the chances of a ball being hit by a righty and hitting a lady in the face in the car?
That's cack. Because a lot of times that happened before because they'll just hit the car on its bonnet and stuff. But for that perfect timing and all these things to align, you know, it only happens every 1,000 years at the blood moon. You know, that's kind of cack. But just to talk shit about that. But I mean, it really is a 1 in a million chance that happened. Going to cack that day. But yeah.
Who controls the game? It's a very important question to ask.
The person who controlled Wimbledon was the person who owned the bats, because everybody knew that if they pissed you off, you would go home and you would go home with your bats, and then the day was over. So I had bats. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always that, but also
The power. He had the power.
Also, because I feel like he knew also that he had the power. Because Marc was talking about cricket, tennis bats, but I'm thinking of the cricket bat, laaitie. Because he would somehow get out, and then he's like, nah, not out. I'm telling you it's not. And he's like, yo,
Like a Dylan Oliver type of person.
I feel like Dylan Oliver was
I feel like
that
Dylan
guy.
would definitely take his cricket bat home with him.
Yeah, Dylan, if you
But I
listen
feel like
to
he'll
this.
sleep with it and shower with it as well.
A kookaburra. Because John T. Rhodes signed it.
Hey, bro, like I used to fantasize about bats like Gray Nichols, my bro. Yo.
But yeah, so that like used to have a power trip.
He did.
And he used to get another second or third chance because, no, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready. Guys, why are you bowling? I wasn't ready.
Yeah, I didn't used to like that kind of person, but look, yeah, I think I was like that at one point just because I was nard one time or another thing. Because a lot of it is mental with your brassa.
I feel like that brand now on the internet will correct you on your spelling. People that
Yeah.
correct you on your spelling are the same ones who take their bats home because they don't like the game.
That's factual. They're just on like the apparatus and like again, like you spoke about the same kind of thematics that we were talking about with like someone being in control, like. And I think we spoke about this before, obviously not on pod, where like sharing is a big thing. My mom always encouraged me to share. Like I used to leave my cricket bat with my friends or the ball if I couldn't play on. But then what I used to find out is that someone else got my ball, or my ball, no one took it home, now skillet, or the bat is in its fucking chops. And it wasn't even mine because it was my brother's bat that I was using. So then I used to take my stuff home, not because I was being like, you know, like a knife towards it or anything, but simply because I always can't take care of my cock, me, bro. You know what I'm trying to say?
You
It's
also
not about that.
You only learn that lesson once or twice.
Yeah.
The first one you go, oh no, it was just a mistake. The second time you go, no, it's my bra, I'm leaving it
No,
with.
but there's also the knock-on effect about this because now your mommy say, where's the soccer ball that I bought you? And where's the bat and stuff because this is so-and-so and stuff. And now you again are in trouble. And again, I'm coming back because it seems like I'm in trouble all the time. But it's not always your fault. And like this, both those scenarios, not my fault, but you just make
bad choices as a child.
Yeah.
Also, because the ball ends up with the child that's a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
It's never your own friend, or it's like it's never your own cousin. It's your the friend of your cousin that have the ball. Now you must explain to your mom. Now your mom go, who is the child? Now you go, no, it's the cousin of so and so. Who is this? The child isn't real.
And the thing is that people's going to come back to us and say, like, that's why you should delegate. And I promise you, I did delegate. I used to say, like, my bro, Paul, you in charge of my soccer ball now. If you're going home, you're taking it with you. And then what's going to happen? No one knows full cool. Because then you might have to make, like, your co-chair or your assistant to the regional cricket manager. You know what I'm talking about.
You in charge now, no? But also that you in charge move is also when they put you in charge of taking names in class.
Our class monitor.
Yeah, the class monitor. But then you must also leave. Then your brother say, make me, I'll write the names. Then you say, okay, now Farid is in charge of the names. If Farid writes your names down, then you must believe him.
Yeah.
Then the other question we asked was, what's the most trouble that you got into?
Okay.
This was Amy.
It seems like I'm in trouble.
I think the most trouble that I got into playing these games was actually, I didn't come home when the street lights went on. So my granny called me inside and everyone's TV is playing Seven the Line or the front door open. And the lights went on that time, and if you're not inside, then you in the most trouble. So I think that was it. And there was another time when we'd play tok-tokkie and I got caught because they decided to not use a corner house, and we did it in a straight long road and there was no way to run to. And I was obviously the slowest, so I got caught.
Did you play tok-tokkie?
That's I actually have a fucking funny story about tok-tokkie. Did play it, but I always used to wonder about, like, before I just into the story, like, what makes us lamna that we say, like, you know what we should fucking do? We should go knock on men's doors and then run away. Like, at what point did someone sit down next to you and say, "Maybe come and play tok-tokkie"? Like, there's so much other stuff we could have done, but here we are doing that stupid stuff.
Tok-tokkie is the game you play when there's no ball. When you're loving and you go, so two of the brothers don't have bikes, so we can't go ride bike because now what must happen to them? Then you go, there's no ball. There's no sellotape to make a ball out of, like, shopping bags or something. And he's just like, tok-tokkie. Tok-tokkie is what happens to, what's it with the devil with the idle hands move?
Oh, idle hands is the devil's weapons.
Yeah, and that's the way tok-tokkie comes from.
I remember the story. Me and my friend, two of my friends, Hayden and Lal, we were walking and we were running in Berkeley. Then all of a sudden, Lal on his own is like lamming, and he says, "I'm going to start playing tok-tokkie now." And so now he knocks on this door in Berkeley, and we are just walking because we used to have to go walk down that side to go to the shops. And obviously the big shopping center, because we used to have to go get our stuff, our school projects and stuff, so we had to go to CNA. So we're walking on that side. And I start doing this, my bro, he knock on the door. Me and Aiden's already running, my bro, we scattering. You just see someone turn the bend, this his cowboys, the six-pack, my bro. Oh, the man just starts running behind, bro, and grab him by his fucking neck. And pull him back, my bro. Take him inside the house. We like, what? And then we waited for him by Heathfield Station, and then we just see him walking along. And then we say, what happened? He said, Foko. But you can see his eyes was a bit teary and stuff. And then he said, what did you say? He said, no, it wasn't me, it was my friends, but I saw him on the monitor. That was him.
Yo, they had monitors that time already.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, it was Berkeley. They were skilled up on that side.
I think so. Specifically before colored laaities walking around the area.
We had also, they used to play dirty with a... So I don't think... So I was a bit of a banghat. So when they used to tell me to play, then I'm like, I'm not. I will run with you, but I'm not going to knock. I never had the krach to do it. Like, I would just be like, nah, guys, I can't. Also, anyway, so then the one time, it was like the cousin of one of the brothers in the area he was with.
He was naughty.
No, he wasn't naughty. Oh. But he wanted to be in with the brothers, so he's like, nah, I'm going to do it. Okay. And he was a duck, bruh.
Okay.
And to this day I still feel so we knock and we all run, but so the rule was you must stand by the house And when he knocks, like no one must be able to run ahead. We must all start running at the same time. And we all start running. And as he starts running, he trips.
Oh no. Oh no. Fuck.
And we just shouting because we're like, oh my puss, what's gonna happen? And we just see him falling because no one's running back for him because he's not our bruh. He's not related to us. Anyway, as we're running, and he gets up and he starts running, and the lady comes out and she shouts and calls him. And he turns around and he walks back to her.
Yeah, no. Because you know what? Because he's a good boy.
He was a good boy.
Hey, you come here. Okay.
And she cut him out in the road there. And we just stood there and she was just like, I see your friends there in the corner. I know who they are. I know their parents.
Yeah.
And he just stood there and she went at him. Like, you know when spit is on his face.
Oh no.
And he just took it like a champ over there. So
another thing I took out of Amy's note there is that she said that when the line was on, and I think that's the same thing for you, was that time, 6:30 open time, it's The Simpsons, it's Not the Mama. All those shows used to be on at 6:30.
Honey, I'm home.
Yeah, and I used to always want to be done playing then because I used to be most of TV cop.
Yes.
So I used to try to get there before then because, again, only one TV in the house. And everybody watches that time.
And we never had Mnet. So that for me was almost like watching international TV.
Do you remember the times when they used to just kind of forget that it was on? And then it goes to pitch over into the next
I never changed the channel. It would be my biggest fear to change the channel. So I just left it on. Then I go, okay, it's fine.
Imagine the man at multi-choice just like, I'm going to give this almost 5 minutes fucking longer tonight. But I'm still on you on the phone talking to you, man. Maldo's place, man, bro.
Also that thing of sometimes it wouldn't go completely blurry. Like you could still watch like maybe 80% of the screen. They would just make it a bitchy fuzzy. Then you watch. It's bad for the eyes, but you're still deep in the mix.
The days of bunny ear television aerials, oh my word.
I was, again, as the youngest one, I was sent to the TV.
But that was so cool for us because sometimes there was stuff we couldn't watch, and then you'd have to go and play with yourself and like play Lego as I play with yourself. Maybe that's a bit later on in life.
Maybe later, it was later.
But I'm talking about like.
Did you also make I think Home Alone started that kak where you're like, I'm gonna make a trap.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a thing where you pull here, then this thing moves, then that thing fall, and then the door opens so much. Or when they open the door, then I'm gonna make the mattress fall off. Because we used to have single beds, me and Dishka, we shared the room. So then I used to put the mattress up and then make a like tie a thing here, tie a thing there. If they open the door, then it falls, then they get a skrik. Stupid. Like it never used to work out.
Did you also used to do like forts? Because I used to love making like forts. Like you take a sheet and you put it over your other stuff.
So we used to go empty my mommy's blanket cupboard, and then we used to. So again, because me and Dishka shared a room, we used to get into kak together. you sort of share the responsibility. Then I remember something happened and we tore one of my mommy's sheets. It was one of the good sheets also. I don't know what label it was, but we
just had sheets.
Yeah. You think it's just sheets until you see there's a name in the corner.
Oh my word.
Then, we got the hiding for that also. Wow. I'm sorry, mommy. Sheets are very expensive. As an adult now, I know what these things cost. Yo.
But that was really cool. I'd like coming home late and I used to just be like a bitchy, like, oh, that's actually, like I got the hiding this one time because one of my friends lied and said I wasn't there. And this is one of the things, like our parents, we didn't have phones, we didn't have anything else. Your aunties in the area and the people who know you in your area knew who you were, and they'll know your mommy and stuff like that. So basically, I said I was going to my friend's place and he lied, and then he said I wasn't there. And when I got home, because I walked in like normal, and apparently I was supposed to go somewhere, and then I got a massive hiding from my dopey, crying, big tears, like ran away from home, like I packed the bag and like, I'm leaving, I'm never fucking coming back, and fuck this house. And I was having to swear.
You also swear like other words. You don't understand what the words mean, but in your mind, I'm angry, and when I'm angry, I must say these words. Fuck.
So I went to lamb under the mulberry tree, which has a lot of leaves, and then I was lambing there, and then I got eventually cold, so I came back inside. But I said, I'm not talking to daddy. But then you know what really actually happened? So they found out about it, my friend's family, and then he got hiding also for lying because it wasn't my fault at all.
No, it's actually good that he still got what was coming to him because he made up nonsense.
And my parents would have been obviously absolutely losing their fucking minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least my mommy would have been losing her mind, and then the afterwards my topi will have to suffer. And then, yeah, you know what I mean?
I feel like fathers give hidings because they don't want to put up with the mommy's nonsense.
Yeah, my mommy used to say, it's like nothing used to make me more scared that I'm gonna tell your topi. I'm gonna tell your father.
Yeah.
I say, no, it's fine. I'll go to the shop. I'll get. Do you want extra tomatoes?
Why are we escalating the situation here? But then, did you see your bra get the hiding though?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I won't lie. I did laugh a little bit. Only because my hiding was bad. It was I think it was one of the worst ones I ever received.
But
Only
also-
because they were worried.
It was so awkward when you buy your bra's house and now they're sculling your bra out and now you must just lamb there.
Nah.
Not for that.
It
No, that's a
deserved.
different situation though. He deserved that. He
Yeah.
did all that was coming his way. Then we also asked Mark.
The most trouble I got into, well, the most trouble we all got into when playing Wimbledon was when you hit the ball into the garden or into the yard of that one particular neighbor. There was always one person in the road who like threw a fit and wouldn't return the tennis balls, and she would come to her gate and say, "You're not getting it back," and whoever did that, I'm making ball curry, whatever. And we just used to think that person was outrageous. And now, of course, we know more. So in retrospect, you look back and you realize, that auntie was bipolar, ek sê.
I used to there used to be one lady who was just old and just never used to want to give the balls back and used to be scared to go into her place or even just to ask because they just used to make it so. But having said that, there's Owens who play cricket across from our flat, and then initially they used to hit the ball over, then it's like, I'm gonna throw the ball back immediately. Then I started to say, fuck that. And then I started a collection, yeah. I didn't used to cut it up or anything, but eventually I gave it back, but I let it lamb for a tijdje. I'm not becoming that old sour man, but it also is kak when I'm hitting against my windows and stuff.
Be
Yeah.
the uncle you wish to see in the world.
Yeah.
No, so we used to have I think it was Mr. Abrams used to live there by us. Anyway, then you hit the ball over. Now you must pluck up the courage because also I couldn't see over the wall. I had to go roll a drum there because they were building. Now you must know there's always a drum there. Roll the drum over. I was freak small. I don't know how I did it. Stood on the drum and then used to lean over the wall to Mr. Abrams. And no one come out. Mr. Abrams.
You're bothering this man.
Then he come out. And he's like, can you get the ball, please? Then he went on. Because he doesn't give the ball back. Then he argue. He just argued first and then gave the ball. Because now you must just sit there and take it. And I was angry with him, but at the same time, now in retrospect, I go,
That you must say, your chrysanthemums look fucked this evening. You started nice.
no, so now the place we're staying, so there was a ball that landed in the yard, like one of those wind balls. So I threw it over to the next door neighbor because I heard a child, so I assumed the child was there. Then next day, ball is back there. I threw it again over. This happened for a month. Ball was coming back the whole time. Then afterwards, I don't know what happened. Then the neighbors behind me, the child came up, was leaning on the wall. Uncle, can we get our ball, please? Then I realized I was playing volleyball with my neighbor for like 2 months with the other child's ball.
Oh, my word.
And he never even, they didn't say anything. then I realized, oh shit, I must play with the back neighbors. Now I have, again, I think we have like 6 tennis balls. But they already got old. You know when the ball get hard already?
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, I'm not going to throw it over.
Oh, from the sun.
Yeah, they get gebucked. Then I was just
Yeah.
like, I'll throw it all in one go when they ask me. And because I must be in the yard when they ask for it. I'm not going to come out if I see
True.
them. Yeah, I'm not leaving my house.
Yeah.
We must wait for it. And they have a pool, so I don't want to throw the stuff into the pool because then I must fight with neighbors. Anyway. Then I'm trying to think of the most trouble I got into. Yeah.
I got into trouble a lot of times, my bro.
I feel like you were
I was good, I just had
naughty
trouble.
light. You were just a naughty light.
No, I wasn't naughty. It's just that you get in trouble for stuff that's not your fault sometimes because things happen that's happening.
Here's Shailynne on the trouble.
But besides the whole park thing, I was actually a good girl. I didn't actually get into a lot of trouble. I used to be naughty though. Like I would, when we would go to the shops, like the Checkers or something, you know that they used to have those clear containers where you can like take sweets out, like at Sweets from Heaven, where you can put it in a
Oh,
plastic
yes.
packet and weigh it. So I used to tell my younger brother to take sweets, and then we won't pay for it. Like, he was actually stealing the sweets, and then my daddy would hit him in the car because he's stealing. But it was my fault at the end of the day. So I used to be the naughty one.
Yo.
Oh, just before we go on, so did you? Sometimes my mommy would say, "No, it's fine, you can have one, but you must eat it in the shop."
No, not
it was-
allowed.
you know, when the it's either the sweets or at Fruit and Veg also they used to have like sweets or so at one point. Then it's fine, you can have one, it's fine. In my mind, I'm going, "Oh, must you pay for it?" But it's fine, you have a sweet, so you don't complain. Also.
It's a crazy thing, since I mean, when your first time you go there and you see all the stuff in these clear things, like, yo, it was new to us.
Yo, also you go, I can touch the sweet. Is no one gonna stop me if I just take the sweet? And
Yeah.
no, you must go weigh it and whatever. But Sweets from Heaven was truly a treat. I think I only went there like a few times as a lightie.
Nah, I used to love it, yo.
Yeah.
And what else I used to... I don't know. Oh, I got into so much trouble because I had Mix-It, and I told my daddy that I don't have Mix-It. So one day, I was on my phone, I was on Mix-It, and my daddy walked past my window, so I got such a fright that I threw my phone. So then my daddy came in my room and he's like, "What was that? What are you doing on your phone?" So I'm like, "No, man, daddy, it's not my phone. It's a pad. I hid my pad away because I'm so embarrassed and I got a fright." I told him a pad, can't. It was my phone. And then he saw my phone and went through my chats. And then he saw the one chat I was chatting to this guy that I liked, and we were talking about Popo. It was bad. We were like, yeah, your cock stinks and da-da-da-da-da. We were just talking about Popo the whole time. And then next time my daddy went to the school and then he confronted the boy. It was just a whole thing.
Yo.
But yeah, I think that was the most trouble I've ever gotten into.
Talk about getting into trouble over cack. Oh my God. I must have missed that stage of Jason.
No, but that's the other thing. When you're a lightie, firstly you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what the end. You just go, "She is my girlfriend." You don't know what you must be do when you're girlfriend and boyfriend. But also the choice is so stupid because you don't know what to talk about. You have no understanding of the world, so you say stupid skak just to impress the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't
shoes.
speak for him. But yo, that is crazy to get into trouble. I remember this one time, just with talking about phones now. We used to send messages with "please call me." So, you should be able to edit it.
Yeah.
And then it used to be like, "please call me, please call."
Happy birthday.
Sape.
Yeah.
And then one day I changed it to this because I was chatting to my bride and I said, "Your puss." So I just said that. So then I forgot that I edited it, and then I wanted my dad to phone me, and then my daddy phoned me back and he said, "Hello, puss." And I said, "What?" He said, "Well, I got you, please call me." And I said, "Please call puss." It was cack funny.
Shout out to your dad for knowing what your name was. I don't think I ever got... Did I get into trouble for... Nah. Like Mixed Days, I only got a phone late. I think I only got a color screen phone I was 18.
Yeah, same around then. I think it's only really introduced around then.
That's also true.
No, I lied because I'm a bit older than you. So there was color phones when you were probably a bit younger than me.
Yeah. I had a 5110 for the longest time.
Yeah, but it's good times though. Yo.
Yeah, Mixed Days. I feel like Mixed Days also counts as childhood games.
Yeah, definitely.
The other question you asked was, what was the shoes? What shoes did you wear?
Shoes. Obviously, if it's at school, then I mean Karasis. No, I'm kidding. It would just be my school shoes, so like Buccaneers or so. And then if I was playing at home or like outside my grandma's house or whatever, then it's Calfoot Ranger. There's no shoes. The bottom of your feet there's no feeling there anymore because that is your soles. That stuff weathered every storm, every stone, every sticky glass, alles. So, depending on where it was either Calfoot Ranger or school shoes.
Yeah. A lot of times you forget your running shoes and stuff. Like, remember your PE shoes? You used to have the uniform, like your white shorts, your white sweater, then you have your sand shoes.
Yeah.
And the sand shoes was thin, my brother. They used to get vertaled and flip, like, honestly, all the time. And used to break. And I think you look like you have big feet, like your toe you'll pass through.
My toe
like
used to pass through on all my shoes. All I used to have bubble gums. I used to have North Stars. Whatever tacky I had, I used to run my tackies for talent.
My mom used to buy me Aero Sports, which was like cheap shoes I used to buy at Extra. And thankfully, I wasn't too caring. Like, for a long time, I wasn't worried about brand names, just simply because I was happy to be a child for as long as possible. And I was happy that I was a child as long as possible, just to play the games and just to enjoy it as much as possible.
But you have like your 4 pairs of shoes, no? It's your sloffies, it's your formal shoes, it's your liquor tackies, that's like that's clean, and then it's your running tackies, your everyday school tackies, like that one that just gets vertaled. But as soon as you get a new pair, it replaces the other.
Yeah.
But sometimes the laaities make mistake. I know I did it a few times. Where I went out with my normal tackies, my nice tackies, to go play street games because I want to show the laaities my tackies.
Yeah. Like, you're walking through the area and you want to just like show off. Yeah. But then a game of soccer occurs and like, I can play with it once. And then it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, and then your new shoes is just so fatale, like the kak shoes as well.
Then because also at one point then your mommy, when you must go out, then your mommy asks now, where's the new shoes? Put on the new shoes. Then you're
because
like,
the shoes must last you now 2 years.
So for me it was from Eid to Eid, so it's 1 year it must last for the thing. Then by the time I came to the next Eid, you guys always get hiding for my tackies. I also never cared about them. I just I wore them because it was covering my feet. Because Amy was saying she's Calfoot Ranger. I think I stopped being a Calfoot Ranger the moment I got thorns.
You always used to have thorns all the time, but us as well. My brother was
Do
like,
thorns still exist? I feel like I haven't seen thorns in a while.
Very much exist, yes. You're walking and then you have thorns.
The park was riddled in thorns.
Yeah. All the parks that we used to play in as kids.
Why? I feel like it was government conspiracy though.
Oh yeah.
They knew what they were planting thorns.
The CIA planted the thorns in the communities.
Your mommy grand thorn on bold, yes thorn for your foot. But also I think I also stopped running barefoot because there was one time my mommy hated it because I got into the bath and then I remember seeing the water change just for my feet, like nothing else but my feet, and I saw the water get more suck, and then I was like, I can't do Calfoot anymore because now I must sit in the water also because now I must wash my feet to get in the bath.
I still like being barefoot as well, just the sand under your feet, running. It's to be lekker.
But only
I used to walk to the shop barefoot. It's to be lekker. I used to love being barefoot.
No, I don't know. I think
walk on the white part of the road and not on the top because you don't burn your feet. You know that.
There was only it was a few summers we used to walk barefoot, but for the most time, I don't know. I think there was a lot of glass in the. Yeah, there were people that used to sape quite a bit, but they used to sape in the road and they used to drop the glass. And then I think there's a few times I came home. You know, when you're like, what's this? What's this pain? What is this thing? And then you look, and as soon as you see the blood, then you just, the pain, the pain. You lose your mind because you're seeing blood.
That's tetanus shot time.
Did you get stitches already?
I have a tetanus shot story that I might as well fucking tell you. So I remember at Standard 5, I just had like one of my first girlfriends ever, and we were lambing in the garage by my parents' place, and it was my bra, Hayden, and he also had a girlfriend. But now this girl who he was like kind of seeing, but I say that we were in Standard fucking 5. To make of that what you want, we used to write each other letters and stuff. I still actually have a whole lot of letters that I'm Standard 5 and stuff.
Guys, we're going to read all the letters in one of the episodes.
We never reading them. So we took a needle and we were putting like S4, T, and H4, whoever he was, and then
they were scraping on the arm just so you guys didn't see the motion.
Yeah, scraping. Oh yeah. So we put it in our arms, and then that night I was lambing Kaalworster, and I didn't even think about it because now I'm walking from after showering, and then my mommy says, "What's on your arm?" So it's like, nothing. Scraped me, and she looked at it, and then off to the hospital to get a tetanus shot straight away that night in the kak. Another reason why I got into kak. Okay, that one I'll give to myself to say it was my fault.
Because you scratched the initials of your girlfriend on your arm.
Yeah, S for T at that time.
It's the one you didn't go like the full S for T, cutie pie, forever.
Oh my
And then do a little picture and
What,
S.
like a sleeve? What the fuck?
And that S also. What is that S?
Oh, like the diamond is.
Yeah. Well, is that the name of it? The diamond S.
I don't know, but it's got those points. I don't know what's the official name, but I always call it the diamond is because there's like, the diamond shapes to it.
Yeah. I also remember like the first time you see that, someone draw that. It's magic.
With the points.
Yeah, because also you must connect the lines,
Yeah.
all that stuff. And you're just like, how did they do it? I saw it happen in front of me. Anyway, I had a cool older cousin that showed us the ways. You took my tetanus shots. Now, I had a Harley Davidson bike. Not the
Motorbike, yeah.
Not a motorbike, a proper bicycle, but this Harley Davidson one with a long seat and the high handlebars. And then...
Not the Mongina.
Nah, not a... So my sister, she had a mongoose, a BMX mongoose with a red and
Those were
orange.
the roties, and the roties were fierce.
Yeah. Yo.
The roties used to go from suburb to suburb. Basically, the way the roties used to come from Steenberg, and it used to just be like away far from home, but I used to just be like close by to my house.
They were pretty cool also because you got these are bad boys on bikes and they outside of the area and they can do tricks.
But they stick it in a vracht though, which
Yeah.
makes it very...
They were always like gang. So a few roads away from us, close to the M5, there was a place where there was like they made basically like hills. Then the roadies used to do tricks and stuff. Then we used to be in awe of this thing. Anyway, my bike had the black pedals, and one day the black pedals slipped out, and the bike cut my leg, and I saw the
white fat.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was in shock. I saw blood, but I was like, what is white? I know what blood is, and that's red, but what is that? And I remember crying all the way home, going, my parents don't love me. Why are they not here? Why must I walk home? They should have been here. Bad parents. And I got home. It was like, oh, just come.
But that falls, like I remember also falling with my rollerblades down a hill, and that white fat is not like, because it's a big burn, me bro.
Yeah, I'm actually glad as an adult I haven't encountered that stuff.
But yeah, there's good times though.
Then, did we play Mark's last one?
Not that we shoes, no.
No, so those are the shoes that they wore.
The shoes I wore during the game, very, very colorful, like not just sneakers, but like a boot type of sneaker. I can still see it in my head. It was orange and blue. And it just looked fabulous because I always had the best taste because I was like always gay. So it looked amazing, and it was really amazing because that boot wasn't just a boot, it was detached from my rollerblades. It was like a detachable boot, and I had worked that out. So I was always looking fabulous, whether I was on rollerblades or whether I was just playing tennis. It just comes to a person naturally.
There was always the one lady who was
Showboater.
yeah, like we all knew like he's not gonna play liquor today because he's got his liquor tackies on. Nah, he's not gonna run. So just put him. He must be the keeper because the keeper is the keeper doesn't get to move a lot, or the wicket keeper because he must stand behind everybody. He's not gonna run around.
Oh yeah, then you have to kick the ball, but you kick the ball back softly or something, the side of the foot. Sure.
Also, because if it's game time after school, there's no level of clothing. Every clothing is equal. If it breaks hearties, it's fine. Everybody must play on the same. But the lady that dress nice after school, calm down.
But just on like the fact of like all this the different types of shoes and different types of games, like we used to have like one pair of shoes that we could wear for everything. It was a multi-purpose shoe. We used to play soccer, we used to play marbles, we used to play three sticks. This used to be what we used to utilize, and we used to wear that shoes till the fucking end of its lifespan.
I can't remember the brands.
And we
though.
thank that shoe. Thank you for your service.
You've done us proud. Also, my shoes used to break like underneath.
To
Like
bury that shoes with my dog.
Also, in the next episode, we're gonna uncover the dog because apparently they buried it back there. We're gonna go see if it's still there. But yeah, I I'm happy that we went through those things, that we got to experience those things as children. And I don't think we can compare it, because I know children nowadays, they stay inside and they have that thing. But I go, if we compare it, then we're gonna look like old people. So I don't like to compare it.
It's true. But at the same time, very thankful for having one TV in the household and only one screen, so that I could be to live it as a child and just pushing myself to go outside and play, and because there's nothing else to do inside anyways.
We also live by the TV guide when it came to TV.
Keep us fit, man. Get us out there. So make friends and stuff. Like, I guess that there is making friends digitally and all this stuff as well right now. But that used to be so much fun. Like seeing your cousins when you see them. They're so much different size now. Now your cousin that you used to play with is too old to play with you. And all these different dynamics have happened. And
you're my best cousin. You're my best cousin.
Or now they're lumming with some cousins and they're smoking inches. And those things all just change quickly, man, bro.
That's also true, because it's the 1 year you're playing on with him, then the next year they go, we get the back.
Yeah. Next year they're wearing a white 501 and they're wearing a nice shoe, and now we can't play hide and seek with you anymore. You a baby still.
Can I stand here by you? No, get away here. Get away here. We're smoking. Oh, okay, sorry.
It changes so fast, and it really goes so fast. You want to be old so fast, but you kind of just, I wish I was still back there, but she just have that like, don't give a fuck, man. Not caring. You just have no bills to pay. All you're doing right now is saying that I'm Gary Kirsten and I'm batting and I'm opening the batting, and my friend is Ellen Donald on the other side bowling towards me. And that was it for that moment. It was fuck, man.
Also,
doing the funny, the Villiers run up.
The thing also about having a one TV is that you couldn't just play TV games, which we're gonna have a whole topic on also, is TV games. But like you had to schedule TV game time also.
Yeah.
Because if anybody else in the house wants to watch TV, you put the TV game off.
Yeah, like you used to have to get good times, like wake up early on a weekend, so no one's there, or they're out, or they're sleeping. Because at least for me, my elder siblings with the sleep still, and they're hanging and they're sleeping, or my parents is out doing their things. So I have good TV time. I can watch my cartoons and I can play some games.
Yo, that's a good Saturday well spent. But yeah, guys, if you have related to any of these stories, tell us the shoes that you wore. If you have photos, show us how you looked as a laaitie. If you were a Mosaka laaitie, or if you have a snotness laaitie, there was always a snotness laaitie. It was a crusty. It wasn't me.
I wasn't that snotness laaitie.
Same.
That crusty snot, the green crusty.
Why is it on your arm, man? Then we know why it's on you. Even it's not a dab, but it's a wipe. Yeah, show us the photos, guys. Tell us what you have related with in the stories.
Overall, I must say thank you to the inventors of 3 sticks, hide and seek, 4 square, Gattis. It kept me out of the streets. But at the same time, I was on the streets playing it. But it was such a just time. And I can't even rank my favorite ones, but I used to love marbles. Marbles was my favorite complete game. But hide and seek used to just rock. And that's definitely top 2 right there. I have another story.
Tell us.
Just to my last story for the evening. My last story. So in high school, we also used to play soccer, but it kind of progressed to the fact that we used to get like pocket money, or we used to have like a 10 rand here and there. But at that same time, it used to be like we used to put money together. So what we used to do, we used to play against other Owens in the area who were just a bit older than us, a bit younger than us, and then we put by. And then we put the pot in, and then whoever wins that game, and we used to go to Ladies Mile because there was no fence around it, so we used to just go and play on that vulture. And then on Friday, then we used to go, and then if we win, we take all that money, put it together, and we go to the bottle store, and we buy fucking beers and supper and connoisseur, my brother.
How old are you?
We were like 16, 17.
Yo, that's also a lot of money also.
Yeah, but also bear in mind that the dope wasn't that expensive that time, because it was like, honest to God, this is going to sound fucked up to a lot of you younger people, but vodka, 1818 Smirnoff was 38 rand. And connoisseur was like 38 rand or 40 rand. And that was like Bertram's price as well, which is where we kind of started. We obviously could buy a suck as well, which I think a Lions did. But I'm going to talk about it in Saping as well, just about the prices and stuff. But that's what we used to do with the money. So it progressed from that kind of soccer to now we're playing money to save. playing properly. So yeah, that's the story I'll leave you guys with for tonight.
And then thank you to everybody that listened, everybody that shared, and also thank you to the contributors.
Shailynne, to Marc.
And to Amy. And then we also have a little shout out message from Marc.
don't forget to buy a ticket for my show, Loot. It is only 80 Rand. You can get the ticket via Quicket or my new stand-up material. The show is available from the 4th of September until the 11th of September. Big shukran.
And hopefully Mark won't be playing hide and seek that over the run of that show. But he didn't even give us comms, so he didn't.
Yeah, no, we must organize. Yeah, no, that's what we forgot to be colored in that moment and just also comms also. But yeah, guys, go. Because I think we still at home and we're still watching Netflix and Showmax. Go watch Mark also because I'm sure that Uncle got stories for us.
So overall, thank you so much for the support last week, or not last week, the week before. I think we're going to be releasing every 2 weeks. It's just obviously much more easier for us, to be honest, than every week. But come on, let's get us up those billboards, up those charts.
Number one.
We want it, and we want to make you guys proud as well. And let us know how you guys felt about your games and everything that you played. Let us know all the clips and just send it to us. It's lekker to realize how we all share memories, even though we've lived in different suburbs in different times, and it kind of unites us all.
And that's it from our side. I'm Yaaseen Bonds.
I'm Simon Ojol.
And this is the
Reg Boys Podcast.
Shukran and salam alaikum.
Bye bye.